First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and others of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock, and shalom and salutations to you brothers out here pushing words of truth and sincerity. Rapah Mouth coming with you on a lesson revolving around Yahweh Shah, what the last days of America will look like. That's the title of the video. The last days of America will look like this. All right, we're going to get right into it. Matthew 24:36 says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." All right, so what we do know about the day of the Lord is that nobody knows exactly what time and the hour is going to be. All right, but not even the angels in heaven, but the Father only. It says, "But of that day and that hour knoweth no man." Salaki. Let me see where I'm at right now. Yeah. All right, jumping down to Acts 1:7. And he said unto them, "It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power." So we're going to have those last day scenarios, but exactly what hour and what day and what time, we're not going to come to with that type of prophecy because nobody knows that except the Father. I'm going to read it again, Acts 1:7. It says, and he said unto them, "It is not for you to know the times or the season which the Father hath put in his own power." So we ain't got to know that information, but what we do is look for the signs and measure the times diligently, according to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. What we do know about that time when Yahweh Shah returns, though, is it's going to be nice and quick, right? First Thessalonians 5:1 says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." All right, because we already know. He's saying basically, you know what it is. You know what time it is. Verse 2, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." So they're not going to escape the day of the Lord. All right, and it's going to hit them all of a sudden. When a woman is with child, it's called a she goes through contractions, and contractions get heavier and heavier as the child gets ready to be birthed or born from a woman. Notice how I don't say a male or a person, it says woman. And as soon as she gets to that last final stage, the baby comes out, the hole dilates large enough for the baby's head to breach. But that time it comes suddenly, and it as it gets closer to the day of birth or the birth minute, the contractions get heavier and heavier. So when some say peace and safety, that means you got a lot of liars out here in of the nation of our people and of Esau, Edom mainly, who perpetrate a lie, which is that peace and safety is coming when we know sudden destruction. See, that's why he started off with, "You are not in, you have no need that I write unto you," because we knew these things. All right, we're not ignorant. It says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. All right, but it says, yeah, so that's basically it. We're not in darkness. So that's how the Lord is going to come, as a thief. And you can't predict when the thief is going to come. He just show up. You either ready for him or not. But we got the heads up on the thief. So we're not in darkness as they are. Revelation 6:15 says, "Behold, I come as a thief." So he reiterates it. It said, "Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame." And I'm going to read that real quick in the NLT. Right, but it obviously you can see that it says keepeth his garments, meaning obey the scriptures. All right, let's read in the NLT. It says, "Look, I will come unexpectedly as a thief." So we can get that clear. Yahweh Shai is going to pop up on you. You ain't gonna be you're gonna be pleasantly surprised at Yahweh Shai. It says, "Blessed are all who are watching for me, who keep their clothing ready, so that they will have not have to walk around naked and ashamed." So preparations is for spiritually, for Yahweh Shah is what's recommended, right? And obeying and what the law and the scriptures say, right? Let's get back into what that day is going to be like. The title is "The Last Days of America Will Look Like This." Matthew 24:37 says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So now you can go back into the Old Testament and deal with the days of Noah. You could just read up on Noah. What was Noah like? You can watch. I wouldn't go recommend watch the movie Noah. You could. I saw it in theaters. But you can go and read the scriptures on Noah. Read about the accounts of Noah. All right. That's how the coming of the Son of Man shall be. All right. And the term is called Advent, right? The return of a notable figure. And that notable figure is Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who we are waiting upon steadily, right? Steadfastly waiting upon. Matthew 24:38 says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking. So that's how you can mark what kind of days you're going to experience right around the time of the Lord coming back. They're going to be eating and drinking. So we close. That's what they're doing right now. Nothing's really, changing. That eating and drinking ain't going nowhere. Marrying and giving in marriage, that's not going nowhere. So you're going to still have a society ran, it's not going to be like a apocalyptic situation where, it's like Mad Max or The Road and, it's only 2 people alive. And it's people going to be eating, drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark. So that's what happened in that time. It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so that also so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And the Son of Man is Yahushua. So they didn't know it until the flood came. They didn't know how serious Noah was. He prophesied. They mocked him. They laughed him scorn, but they didn't know how serious it's going to be until the flood came. So Yahushua's return is going to be like those days. People just not knowing. You can see the trend here. Luke 17:28 says, likewise also as it was in the last days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. So that's something that's going on now too, right? They eating, they drinking, they buy, they sell, they plant, they build. All right. So that's what was going on in the time of Lot as well. It says verse 29, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from all heaven and destroyed them all. So there's going to be a great destruction, as was the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. And it was 5 cities and the Lord destroyed them all. But he saved Lot. So it says the same day. So they were eating and drinking, they were buying and selling. And that's how it's going to be in America. Eating, drinking, buying and selling, basically business as usual, except they're going to do it with the MOTB now. You see that new Whole Foods store, you can't enter unless you scan your phone on a QR card. Verse 30 says, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. So once again, you got the times of Noah to reflect on, and you got the times of Sodom and Gomorrah to reflect on as markers for what was going on during that time. People were just acting like business as usual: buy, sell, build, plant, eat, drink, marry, and getting into marriage. Same thing we got here in America. And we understand that it's going to come as a thief in the night by the scriptures I read in 1 Thessalonians 5. So now Matthew 24:27 says this: for as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So it's going to be like a flash. You can't count lightning. You can't count it, right? It just hits, boom, 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 and it's gone. Before you got the count. So that's how fast the coming of the Son of Man will be. And so it's going to be a quick destruction. It's going to be a lot of people. The majority of people is not going to be ready for it. And that's basically what the scriptures here is alluding to. Yahushua just going to come in like a thief in the night, straight up. Nobody's going to be aware of it except us who are not in darkness as they are. Right. And so we understand Yahushua is returning, and that's how he's planning on doing it. Right. Hebrews 10:37 says, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry. Right. And to tarry means to like it says stay longer. Tarry means to stay longer. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a better definition. Stay longer than intended. Delay leaving a place. So he's not going to tarry. He's not going to delay. Yahushua is ready and willing to come back. And that's going to be the established kingdom of heaven for eternity, right? Revelation 22:7. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. All right. And to keep means to obey them. So we can see that the Lord really wants and desires to come back. All right. And he's going to do that. And everybody who believes on him, that's when our reward is going to come. See, things is all hell and hectic and sorrowful now, but very soon, Shalom, very soon it's going to be on and popping, so to speak, right? When Yahweh Shah returns, man. You know, that's the gospel. This is a good word. John 16:22 says, and ye now therefore have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy no man taketh from you. So you're going to get that type of joy that no man take from you. All right. Shit, these days, somebody could take your joy. They could take your wife. All right. They could take your house from you. They could take your money. Right. They could rob you still. You know, you got to look in the mirror or look at Esau every day as your boss. But very soon, you know, we're going to rejoice in a way that no man is going to take it from us. Ye and now, John 16:22 again, and ye now therefore have sorrow. So you got sorrow now, right? Sometimes you be up, sometimes you be down, right? Slow, happy medium. Sometimes you try to find a happy medium or something. You know, you suffer, you go through it. That's why the Lord said you should have sorrow now, right? Because we without our power, man. We without Yahweh Shah, you know, and that's who we waiting for. That's what we need. So there's gonna be sorrow, man. Sometimes you can smile through it, you can laugh through it, you can get a chuckle through it. But for the most part, your default is sorrow. It says, but I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice. So we got to get Yahweh Shah back, man. That's the ultimate goal. See, this is the road to the kingdom, the road to Yahweh Shah's return, the road to the Advent. The Advent is a word that means the return of a notable figure, which is Yahweh Shah. That's that notable figure. That's the Messiah. All throughout the scriptures is prophesied of the Messiah coming back to deliver Israel. So that's what the heritage of the Hebrew Israelites is. They believe in the Messiah. When all these other nationalities believe in the object or idol or figurine, we believe in the Messiah, somebody, somebody who Yahweh Shah, who Yahweh the Father will return and send to us to deliver us. Colossians 3:3 says, "For ye are dead," and that's an interesting scripture because you don't wake up every day thinking about how you dead, right? It's not something that comes to mind. Your heart beating, you got a pulse and everything. You ain't thinking about I'm dead. But according to this world, according to being born again, you dead. You dead to this life. NLT, for you died to this life. And so as much as, we go out, sometimes brothers get a drink or two, what I'm saying? We, for the brothers that don't do that, don't feel obligated to, but for anybody that, goes out and tries to find some type of 5 to 10 minute enjoyment, satisfaction, maybe an hour if you're lucky. Other men, kind of watch sports and do that. Some men, listen to music, and some men, they find some type of enjoyment just to balance things out. Because to be too far into the sad and sorrow world and the depressed world, to be overly that, what that leads to. Overly depressed leads to certain things, but in this, the fruits of the spirit is joy. So you can balance that out. And not that you got to party to have joy, but you just gotta, you learn as a man, as an individual, who's a servant of Yahweh Hashem Shah, where to find your light entertainment. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures do say, be not wicked over much, and be not righteous over much. So, you're going to balance out your life, as best as you can. But the NLT, Colossians 3:3, for you died to this life. So understand, this life is over and done with. You're dead to this life. The former man, the old man is passed away, so to speak. You are now walking in the new calling, walking in the new brightness of life, and the bright spirit, man, and the joyful spirit and joyful mood, because you understand that Yahweh Shah is returning. And before then, you just was walking with the Joneses, trying to please everybody else, right? And your real life is hidden with Yahweh Shah and Yahweh. Let me get back to that KJV of this verse. I'm in Colossians 3:3. It says, For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Yahweh Shah and Yahweh. So that's something that Paul would recite to himself. I'm dead. I'm dead. All right. How many of us say that when you look in the mirror, you're going to say, I'm dead. All right. It says, when Yahweh Shah, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Yeah. So we're going to get that appearance with him in glory, man. And, when he shall appear, man, that's what it all comes down to. Once again, it's a road to Yahweh Shah return. It's a road to the kingdom. It's a road to glory. That's what we need. That's what spirits is crying out for, right? For 2 Timothy's 4:8 says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness. That's what we need. We need that crown, man. We tired of walking around with bandanas and do-rags on. Try to see it on people in this situation and condition. You know, you want the best for your brothers. You want the best for your family. And you know you're not going to get that here in America. You over here working for ends meet, man. You putting in 8 hours a day, some of us 10 to 12 hours a day, just to get taxed out our ass, man. Hoping that the Lord, you know, send us a little bone. But this is that suffering. This is that time of mourning that we in. It says, which the Lord, 2 Timothy 4:8, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. So it's all about that day. And we getting nearer and nearer and closer to that day, Akim. Just gotta stay faithful, remain humble, right? Understand that, you know, trials and tribulations are gonna come, certain tests gonna come. And shit, if you can't score an A, you best strive for a B. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, sometimes we miss the mark, right? Shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearance. How about that? If you love Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you want to see his appearance, man, you just keep going. Keep marching steadily, sternly, and stiffly towards that mark. Hebrews 9:27, as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment, which is proof of reincarnation. All right. So Yahushua once was offered to bear the sins of many, which he did on that cross, right? And unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. So we know Yahushua is coming. We know he's returning. We know how we got to be ready and prepared so that we can receive a crown. It's not just, faith without works is dead. You got to apply yourself, and the knowledge apply it to yourself. Scriptures apply it to yourself, and take heed to the signs and the times that you're hearing. You know, there's a portion of your time that should be to studying, a portion of your time that should be to reflecting and meditating, a portion of your time that should be to concentrating on the word deep. Portion of your time should be to relax. Why? Because how you gonna burn out? You know, and then you repeat that again. Obviously, you throwing in heavy prayers and fasting in the midst of all of that, right? You can't go wrong. Matthew 24:42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come, and that's what we getting into. Right, we see the signs, but the last days of America will be eating, drinking, buying, selling, building, planting, and marrying and giving into marriage or whatever. Giving into marriage. It says Matthew 24:43 says, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken in. So you got to stay up, right? Stay up. That's something that Jake say. Stay up. We don't even know why we say it. Staying up for the watch, because the watchmen stay up so that they can see the thief coming. The thief is Yahushua. It says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. So you always got to be prepared constantly. How do you do that? Stay diligent. You know, use diligence to make your call and election sure. You know, watch the signs, watch the videos, stay in tune, stay tapped in. Matthew 25:13. Watch therefore, for ye know not neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. So that's the usual for us, man. That's a trend that we just got to be prepared, right? Waiting for him, waiting up. You don't know what hour. Scripture say, Mark 13:35. Watch thee therefore, for ye not know what. You know not when the master of the house cometh, at even or at midnight or at cockcrowing or in the morning. Those are the 4 hours of watch. You don't know which one you're going. It says, lest coming, suddenly he finds you sleeping. And I say unto all, watch. So you gotta be ready. You gotta ready yourself for a day in which Yahushua crack the clouds, man, like no other day, right? Because he been dealing with you, he led you, he was with you, he walked with you. Right? He allowed you to be clothed. He allowed you to be fed. He allowed you to be taught. He allowed you to receive faith. He allowed you to act on that faith. And only to what? So that you can just fall asleep? Nah, so that you can keep watching, right? So that I can keep watching. Yeah, I'm gonna read your comments real quick because I ain't gonna make it long, right? Luke 1:32. It said, "He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord shall give unto him the throne of his father David." Yeah, pa, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. That's Yahushua for sure. Son of the father David. He's Solomon. That's reincarnation scripture. Second Ezra 8:1, and he answered me, saying, "The Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few." Yep. Yeah. Steadily awaiting, man. Many are called, few are chosen. So that's who the few is. Those are Israelites, man. No other nation under heaven shall be saved. No other nation, man, except for Israel. Second Ezra 7:43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. That's one of the brothers' favorite scriptures right there. Back at NYC. It says, in the beginning of the mortality for to come, meaning you're not going to die anymore. It says when corruption is past. That's a fact. No more corruption, man. That's why the sorrow is for this time now, because this is where the corruption is at. No, but I brought this out as edifying, man. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet till next time. Shalom, Kwame Sha'ala, DTA, Baba Ball, Shalom.